Welcome back to the Dr. G Aspie Show. I'm Dr. G, and I've got a special guest. This is Mother Warrior, Mother_Warrior on Twitter. It's Beth. Beth, hi.
Hi.
I'm hanging
So
out
nice
with
to
Beth.
meet you.
This is
Officially.
I know, like officially.
I
We've
know.
been like social media friends for 3+ years
Yeah.
now. So this is an honor. It's fantastic.
Huge
Thank
honor
you so
for us.
much.
Thank you.
So tell everybody a little bit about who you are.
I'm Beth. I'm the mother of an awesome Aspie, 10 years old. He is crazy brilliant, has some issues with the, you want to say typical Aspie quirks, but if you've met one Aspie, you've met one Aspie.
Yes, that's right.
So you met one Aspie family, you've met one Aspie family. David is crazy brilliant, has some social quirks, and we're just trying to be out there and navigate our way in a fairly rural state.
Awesome. West Virginia, right?
West Virginia.
I was born in Martinsville, Virginia. So there's a little...
I had no
yeah,
idea.
I know. Who thought, right? But basically, Beth and I were talking a little bit beforehand, and like my dad, your dad was Aspie, and that kind of clued you in a little bit, and he sort of self-identified. Your son was a lot like he was, so that kind of led you down the road of what's going on with David.
Right.
So what was your process? How did you go about this in West Virginia?
Yeah, well, and with Dad, my dad was, again, crazy brilliant. Socially, he had issues navigating. He was the first person in West Virginia to graduate from med school in 3 years because he had that ability to hyper-focus, block out everything else, and just focus on med school for 3 years. And as we were figuring out that there was something different with David, something wrong, something just different, my father kept saying, as we were going down the road to diagnosis of Asperger's, I see a lot of myself in your son. I remember doing a lot of the things that David did when I was little, some of the fixations, some of the stemming. So I think Dad self-diagnosed through David, and then we got, of course, a diagnosis for him.
So you got your diagnosis, and that was a journey itself. You got a misdiagnosis from a psychologist who will remain nameless.
Yes.
And then you had to get on a 7-month wait list to get to a pediatric psychiatrist.
Yes.
You walked through the process. You got the, how do you call it? It's not a label. It's
a ticket.
It's a ticket.
It is a ticket to services.
That's great.
Yeah, you have to have that identification. And even though, again, there's nothing wrong with the child, you cannot get an IEP, you cannot get a 504, and in West Virginia, you can't get it without an MD diagnosis, not just a PhD, which is another barrier, another gatekeeping mechanism.
That's really frustrating.
It is very frustrating. Not only are the resources scarce, but it's harder to get to them because of that. You have to have this.
Right.
But again, it's our ticket to ride the school system, and that's what we bought.
So you've got your ticket.
Yep.
You got your information. Now what? What did you do?
Well, again, since resources are so scarce, we self-helped. We researched everything we could find. We read books. I'm a big fan of Shonda Schilling's Best Kind of Different, truly.
Friends on Facebook.
Are
She's
you?
awesome.
Yeah, the book, if you're new to Asperger's, read it. If you've been in this for the long haul, read it. Either way, you're going to laugh and cry and say, we're not the only ones out there. But we made sure that every single weekend we did something with the buddy, social related. We went to a playground, we went to an indoor museum, and gave him the words to say, because social techniques can be learned just like math and science. You just have to work at them. So we gave him, hi friend, want to play? Hi, my name is David. Let's go swing. If there was an issue, and invariably there's going to be an issue, let your kid fail, because that's the only way that they can learn from that failure. So
Learn by falling down.
truly, and the successful people are the ones that keep getting up.
Yes.
But we would turn them into social stories. If he had an issue with, so-and-so wanted that toy, how could you have handled that differently? So every chance we got, we created a social situation, and then we created a social story from that situation.
That's great. You're tough.
Thank you. Mother warriors.
I don't know how you
There are a
do
lot
it.
of us.
I could. I don't know that I could do it. I don't know that I could, but I'm super thankful for you. It's unreal.
Well, we're super thankful for you. I keep teasing that there is a legion of mother warrior stalkers out there. It takes a village, and it especially takes a village for our special children. We have the Dr. G's out there. We have the Southeast Psych, which wish I lived closer, contemplating moving. But you give
I'll
tips
pay
and
you for that
tricks.
tip. Hey, here you go.
Thank you very
Thanks.
much. I appreciate it. You're not getting it back. But, we couldn't do it without each other, and especially on Twitter. Twitter really is a universe. I know it feels like you're isolated and you're in there and there's nobody to help you. Reach out, even socially, if you're housebound. find the resources out there and the Dr. G's and the Southeast Psych and other mothers or other
Especially.
families.
Mhm.
That's right.
Other families.
Because I'll help you figure it out.
You can follow Beth on Twitter at Mother Warrior, and that's Mother_Warrior. That's her. And thanks for being on the show.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Another
Thank
hug.
you. I know.
Okay. Now, before you go, I have
Yes.
to ask you an important question.
Yes.
This is a little segment that I call Surviving the Zombie Apocalypse.
Yes.
Zombie Dave and friends.
So, Beth, would you survive the impending zombie apocalypse?
Yes.
You would?
Yes.
You sound very confident.
Yes.
Why?
I've navigated the public school system. So if you can survive the public school system, you can survive the zombie apocalypse. Patience, perseverance, and the ability to outthink those who may be trying to eat your brains or your sons.
Oh, that's great. We got to end on that. That's brilliant.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Everybody follow Beth on Twitter at Mother_Warrior. You can also follow me on Twitter at Dr. F. Gaskill, DrFGaskill. You can check us out online at southeastpsych.com. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
And remember, this is where Asperger's is awesome.